Welcome to the Dolo GIM series, where I play a 50 defense account and a maxed account in the same GIM group by myself. The 50 defense account started as a side project, but I found myself playing it as the main focus. After hitting some milestones on that account, we now return our focus to making some gains on the maxed account. While we are maxed and have a majority of the endgame gear, there are still many things to be done. For one thing, the 50 defense account has actually siphoned a whole lot of my supplies. If you've been keeping up, I've been talking about prayer potions, so that's one of the big things. So we're going to have to do some Ironman chores. We're also less than a week away, in real time of this recording anyways, from a clan bingo. We'll have to see if we can get into any grinds before then, or simply just relax until the bingo starts. I suppose we should get started on the prayer potions. Currently just making some unfinished potions right now. Now, fun fact, I don't know if many people know this, but if you have 99 herb lore, or say you're even maxed and just wear the max cape, you can actually make unfinished potions without cleaning the grimy weeds, or the grimy herbs rather. Now, I'd love to give this EXP over the 416 hero or 50 defense account, but honestly, after playing on two accounts for so long, now keep in mind all the progress I've been making on 416 hero, I've been AFKing playing this account on the side, whether that's rune crafting, mining, or whatever else low intensity activity you can think of, fishing. We've been doing that the entire time. So I think I'm going to be single logging for a little bit here, at least for a week or two, and then we'll return back to 416 hero and probably enter a skilling era of sorts. But for now, we're just going to be doing things on one account, keep it simple. We've got just under 100 prayer potions in our potion storage right now. Let's see what we end up with after processing 900 of these Renar potion unfinished. We do have the Alchemist amulet on, so we're going to get a few extra doses. As you can see right here in our inventory, we already have 2 4-dose prayer potions. Also, the prescription goggles are going to save us some snape grass. I didn't precisely do 900 Renar potions, but we end up with 790 prayer potions now after going through most of our Renars. We still have some left. I'll just save those for another time. But essentially, we went from 389 doses, I believe, to now over 3,100, almost 3,200. Anyways, there's some other potions for me to go through, but I'm not going to bore you with that. Mostly it's going to be divines. I'm actually going to have to crush these crystal shards down into the dust. But I'm going to get through that and then we'll find some other content to do. I do have a pretty extensive list of things I want to be doing, but between now and the bingo, which is about 6 days or less now even, I don't want to really get into any grinds that will take me quite some time. So I even went to Vires, which I haven't done in a long time, via Watch Sentinels, and I AFK'd a bit of that. Unfortunately, did not get a blood shard. But you know what? I figured when in doubt, when I don't know what to do, let me just come to the Chambers of Xerix and send some solo CMs. It's been a while since I sent a solo CM as well. I sent one when Yama first came out after I got the Oath Plate armor, but even then I only sent a couple. Whereas in the past, I used to send 5, 6, if not more of these every single day going from my T-bow. Also, there's a slight change in my setup as Ice Demon is now weak to Demon main weapons, so we brought our Emberlight. There we go. First raid back in a while. Unfortunately, we did plank. Just 47.6k points. Otherwise, we would have got like about 63,000. And there you go. 10 Toad Flax Seed. Instead of Toad Flax herbs, we get Toad Flax seeds and the lizard man fangs that we don't really care too much about, honestly. Wow, our overload actually ran out, so that was a very slow ohm, but at least we didn't plank that time around. We got ourselves 3.1k silver ore and 1.7k death runes. Alright, we are sending a 435 in which we haven't done TOA, especially a solo TOA, in a very long time, and there's been a lot of changes here. So let's just see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and drop these 3 prayer potions to make room. We need to pour this potion on the vent, and these shamans aren't one-shot anymore. Or have they never been? I don't know. I truly don't remember. I just know that they continue to make TOA easier and easier, and this room easier and easier, specifically, for whatever reason. If I remember correctly, the max you can drain Baba or any of the bosses by is 20 defense, except Warden, you can do more there. So apparently you take 0 chip damage here now at Baba, so It is what it is, I guess. You know what? Considering we're taking 0 chip damage, I'm gonna go ahead and then send the CCB spec. In the past, I recall having to be more careful and potentially holding on the spec for a yellow chores from all the chip damage, but we've straight up taken 0 damage from this room so far, other than to ourselves with the ZCB spec. Oh, we're dead. I didn't realize I got it to 33%. Alright, here we are. TOA for the first time in ages. Definitely didn't just do one where I died to mine the gap. That is smite and not protect mage. That could have been bad. It was mostly going well there until I walked into that boulder, but saved it. We didn't panic and we saved it. No purple. First TOA back and no purple. What do we get though? 12 Renar seeds. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. We're now sending a duo. With a new IM no less. Oh. Well done. Jewel of Amascut. Wow. Very, very cool. Actually, I didn't even see what else we got. I didn't even look at the loot. Boo. 21% chance and we don't get a purple? Alright, down to a 4-man now. What is this garbage loot, bro? Are we sure these numbers are accurate, man? Oh boy, gems and gold ore. Time to send another solo CM. And we get a 3449. After the raids we've done today, we ended up with a whole 2 Ruby Bolts E remaining. That's right, just 2. So with that being said, we're going to work on recovering that now. We're going to be chiseling rubies into ruby bolt tips, and we're going to be smithing addy bars into adamant bolts. We've processed about 2,000 bolts. We're in the final stages now where we're just turning the regular ruby bolts into the ruby bolts E. So we're just chilling in the POH right now. Have to swap back to the standard spellbook for this. While I'm not going to be logged in on 416 Hero, the 50 defense account, for a little bit here to take a break, I am going to periodically still log in to do a Birdhouse run. We are currently 82 Hunter, still using birdhouses, magic birdhouses. And at 89, we're going to be using redwoods. A whole new day today, so we're going to figure out what we want to do today. Obviously, when we first log in, we gotta do our birdhouse run, which in all honesty, I could get away with not doing one for years at this point because I have over 20-something thousand doses of Ceradomin brews, or like 7,000 brews in total in the potion storage. But it's just a habit we do, and I guess, I don't know, Hunter EXP is always good, passive EXP. So now there are just 5 days left between now and the clan bingo starting. After the bingo, I think I already have plans in the works as to what we want to focus on, but between now and then, I think we're just going to be sending some raids. So right here, I'm in the Chambers of Xeric's lobby ready to send another solo CM. Let's just take a look at the collection log real quick. Despite my huge amounts of KC, we're still missing the pet. And obviously with KCs, we still have 2 more KC capes to go. I believe this Xeric's General one is 1,500 CMs. And the Xeric's Champion one is the 2,000 one. On top of that, I would very much appreciate a Twisted Bow, a second one, shocker, we want the Mega Rare, so that 416 Hero can have one as well, since it already has a Scythe and a Shadow of its own. Many of the other purples in Chambers are actually useless to 416 Hero. For example, we can't use the Prayer Scrolls, we can't use Ancestral, we can't use Dint. So actually this entire row of purples in the collection log here we can't use. We can't use a Twisted Buckler either. We already had some dupe Dragon Hunter crossbows sitting in the account. And I did pull 4 Eldermoss and 2 Kodais, but unfortunately I got rid of those. And I don't have a second pair of Dragon Claws either. So there are things to get here at the Chambers of Xeric's. Dwarfweed seeds and Irrit seeds. Wow. Well, we just came out of that CM with a new PB. I think only by a couple of seconds, to be fair. I believe our previous PB was probably like a 3340 something, but nevertheless a new PB. And I think it's mostly in part due to the Ice Demon changes, where it's now weak to Demon Bane. For as many solo CMs as I've done, I've never actually learned or tried to do all the speedrun tech. But I'm sure one of these days I'm going to get around to it and try to get myself a sub 30-minute solo CM time. This is a little random, but I thought I could use some more balls of wool. So I TP'd to Artie, and here at the general store, we can trade the shopkeeper and get ourselves some balls of wool. There's a stock of 30. So for those Ironmen out there, if you need balls of wool for your jewelry or for whatever reason, go ahead and TP to Artie and get yourself some instead of manually making yourself those balls of wool. Now, the reason I need them is that I'm going to be using them for salve amulets. You can see here that I have, well, actually, I already have 530 balls of wool. I need to go get myself some more salve shards, actually. Now, these two in combination are going to make the salve amulet, which is what we're going to be using in Theater of Bloods for the bloat room. Speaking of the Theater of Blood, I do want to run some in a little bit, but I'm going to have to see if any clanmates are available. In the meantime, I'm going to be doing my herb run here, planting some renars. It definitely feels strange to be doing an herb run, as weird as that might sound to some people, because I know there are people out there that just do nothing but herb runs constantly on cooldown. But I've explained before that I pretty much relied on the Chambers of Xeric's drop table as well as the Theater of Blood to get herbs straight up rather than actually farming them. Well, things are a little bit different now because of the loot changes, so I'm trying to get into the habit of doing herb runs when I'm between content. It didn't take long, but I think we're ready to pot some tobs with the clanmates. Just waiting on some people to pick up a few more salves and stuff, and we should be good to go. Alright, a Tob team has assembled, with the caveat that we have some learners, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some purples. The main objective for us, though, personally, is that we're going to be going after the Theater of Blood 2000 cape. Little sketch first raid of the day, no purple, unfortunately. Will there be a purple? Actually, no, there was a lot of deaths this raid. You know, 8 death raid? This is how we get a purple. Never mind. Here we go again. 2 raids in so far, no purples. Hopefully on this third one, third time's the charm, right? Alright, here we go after a reset, third time's the charm, surely. Well, his hammer quite literally never hits. You gotta get a new hammer, bro. Casual 7 deather. Wow, surprise, surprise, there's no purple. Alright, here we go. We've dropped down from a 4-man to a trio now. These should be some relatively speedy trios, though. And no purple. That didn't count, I don't think. Oh, they both went down. Dude, where's the purple? DPS is a bit better this time around. And by a bit better, I mean a lot better. That was... like, we procced NATOs on, like, the west side. That's crazy. Once again, no purple, though. Surely the luck will turn around at some point, right? Nice. What time was that? 1741. Okay. Disappointment. Where is the purple? Oh, did you guys know you could go backwards here? Not many people go back after they're in the room, huh? Currently, pog webs are being taught. Alright, back to 4-mans. Oh. Okay, we did so much damage, there was no rat. We did so much damage, we didn't even get to do it. That's crazy, we didn't do enough DPS that time. Complete opposite direction. Alright, come on, man, where's the purple? Where is the purple? Look how fast they clicked. Wait, someone left Bruce behind. Just did a bunch of top, 10 or 11 I think I counted, and no purples to be gotten, unfortunately, so we're back at CMs for the night. Crazy damage. There we go. And we got a dust, no way. We just got a new PB with Metamorphic dust. Now that is our 6th one, and that is KC 1200 as well. Wow. Another day, another herb run. This is my life now, I guess. The thing about playing an endgame Ironman is that when you don't know what to do, there's actually always something to do. So right now, I'm just bank standing, but I'm also processing some amethyst dart tips and feathers to make amethyst darts. We're back to do some hard mode tobs. Unfortunately, we're doing a 4-man hard mode tob, which is not ideal. Usually you want to run a 5-man for the fastest times, and it's the most fun, but it is what it is. Okay, let's act like we've been here before. Interesting. Okay, the 4-man attempts did not go well, but we managed to pick up a 5th, so we're back to regular scheduled programming where we run 5-man hard mode tobs. Let's see what kind of times we can get. Well, we just wiped. Average. We go again. There's no way we're going to get a purple on the first completion, right? It's about to get hot. Yeah, okay, buddy. Very nice. Looks like we made it, chat. And there's no purple. 1611. Not even a sub 16. Right after the hard mode top session, I made my way over to TOA, got some other clanmates running TOA right now. In fact, I actually showed up just in time. They were about to go into one, and right as I entered the pyramid, I was like, wait, guys, no, wait for me. And then they waited. Dude, really? This thing is a joke. Okay. GL. Oh, we got a purple. No way. 2 blood essence for us. That's pretty good. And what are we getting? Hey, Missouri chaps. Not bad. Wow, finally a purple. Haven't seen a purple in Tob or TOA in a super long time.